Anything to not do any work around the house, Jamie. Now I've got to cook for everyone. Luckily, I'm so good at it. I'm so good at making biryani. Right?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
Good, thank you. This is fantastic because it is also the season for all that comfort food,
Yes.
right? When the temperatures
100%.
drop, you want a meal that makes you feel like it's giving you a nice, tight, warm hug when you eat it. And it's difficult to make a meal like that all the time, given our very busy schedules. It can be very difficult to sort of step back, unwind, relax, make yourself a nice warm meal, perfect for the season. But we've got you. We've got a recipe that's going to help you do just that in a matter of a few minutes, and it's going to taste so good, it's not going to be any leftovers. There are going to be no leftovers. Ilham, am I right?
Yes.
Correct. What are we doing?
Okay, so we're making an easy homemade biryani.
Okay.
So we've got all the flavor and all the brilliance of a biryani dish.
Oh, wow.
But without all the fuss.
The fuss and the hours
and
that
the
it
layering
takes.
and all of those things, but all of the flavor of biryani.
I love that. Okay, before we do this, let's get this out the way, because I know in South Africa we've got our very own unique variations of how to pronounce it.
Oh gosh, yes. People
Okay.
people take their
What have you heard?
Okay, so there's biryani.
Biryani.
Biryani, so B-R-E. And then there's also biryani.
Biryani.
Which is B-I-R.
Okay,
Yeah.
so today we're making a
biryani.
biryani. Get it right, get it
Yes.
right. Okay, let's get going with our
So,
biryani.
you know, depending on where you're from in South Africa, whether you're from Cape Town or Durban or Joburg, everyone's got their own way of making this dish.
It sounds like it.
So I've already got my mince that I've just been browning.
Stuns.
And to this mince, I'm going to add my garlic and my ginger.
Wonderful.
And then I'm also going to add my some curry powder.
I already love that you've got the garlic and the ginger in there, because if we're talking flu and trying to prevent all of that and staying healthy and boosting our immune system during this time, you want to get that sort of thing in,
it's
right?
so good for you. Turmeric is also really good for you, and that's, you've got turmeric on that
I've got
side.
the turmeric here, yes. Yes, I do.
And I'm going in with some garam masala, and then I've also got some saffron and some curry leaves. Okay. So I'm just going to let those spices just cook for a few minutes.
And as they all mix together and marry, you can already start smelling it.
You know,
the house smells like a home.
When you're adding spices to any sort of curry dish or rice dish, it's always good to let the spices cook just before you add any other liquid.
Let them have a bit of a party in the pot.
Yeah, so that you can have a party in your mouth.
Exactly what I always say.
And then what we've got is some pre-soaked basmati rice. So the reason why we pre-soak our basmati, because it's a long grain rice, it actually allows the rice to actually get really long.
Oh, yeah?
So if you have something like a jasmine rice or a short grain rice, you wouldn't soak it.
So that's basmati rice. There's also basmati rice.
Yeah. Well,
two different things.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, oh, the school of curry needs a whole university.
So we're going in with our pre-soaked rice.
Nice.
And then, now comes all the delicious bits. We've got chicken stock. And then we've got some coconut milk.
Beautiful. The creaminess.
Very creamy. And we've got some sultanas here. We're just going to throw in.
I love them.
And then we're just going to add some milk.
Okay, great. So while you're doing that, I need something to do. I'm seeing some ingredients in front of me here. What exactly am I making here, and how do I do it?
Okay, so you are making the vegetables that are going to go on top of our rice.
Got some onions.
So you've got some red onion that's chopped. Throw everything in the roasting tray.
Go.
Some mushrooms and cauliflower.
Going in there.
And then we've got quite a few spices. So all of those spices you're just going to mix in with your veggies and some oil to drizzle over. And while the biryani is cooking, because this actually takes about, it's going to take about 45 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees. So with the
gel together nicely,
so cover that with foil, and then while this is baking in the oven, that you can roast as well.
Fantastic.
Separately.
So you can use any spices, right? Any spices that you like.
You can, and you can also use any vegetables that you like. So if you've got any vegetables at home that are just kind of sitting in the fridge and not getting used.
Yeah.
Throw them in, the more the merrier.
Yes, I like the idea of spreading your spices, Nasi. So you want to take your time with them a little bit.
Yes.
Is that correct? Is that the correct approach, or is that just my own silly approach?
No, it's a good approach.
Take your time,
and then
spread,
sprinkle all that turmeric over, and then we can coat those veggies with some olive oil.
Beautiful. Okay,
and then
cool.
roast for about 30 minutes.
You want the milk all around and over this bed of
so
vegetables?
just mix everything so it's nice and coated, and everything is evenly coated so that it can roast.
Okay.
And then also remember, you can make this dish with what you have. So if you don't have something like beef mince, you can use maybe lamb mince or chicken mince. Or even a plant-based mince. If you're vegetarian or vegan.
For plant-based diet people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't be left out.
No, everybody wants a potty in their mouth. And vegans and plant-based people too.
So, there's a lot of plant-based proteins that are out there now that you can actually use instead of an animal protein. And if you don't want to use any animal protein, or if you can't get your hands on an plant-based mince, you can use lentils.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing that I love about you, your ability to come in here and really just tell us about all these different variations of the same meal that we can do. So it's always so varied and so different.
Yeah.
You inspire me so much when you step in the kitchen. I love you for that. Thank you.
I love you too, Tim.
Oh, it's going to be so delicious. Listen, if you want the recipe, go on our website, expressoshow.com. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Wow. That is magic. In a dish, you want to just devour it. And with that said, it's the perfect tone set to say, Happy Ramadan.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
And to everybody in South Africa who commemorates that. I love that. While you commemorate Ramadan, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you can have taste